For 6 months, he was already planning his promotion. He worked hard, delivered results, and believed the next position was his. Then the announcement came, and someone else's name was on it. Welcome back to Learn English with Stories. Today's story is about Andrew, an employee who expected a promotion but learned a surprising lesson when he didn't get it. Let's begin. Andrew worked as a senior sales representative at a growing company. He had been with the organization for nearly 4 years. His performance was strong. He consistently met his targets. Sometimes he even exceeded them. His managers often praised his results, and because of that, Andrew felt confident about his future. One day, the company announced that a team leader position would soon become available. The role came with more responsibility, a higher salary, and an opportunity to manage a small team. Andrew immediately became interested. In his mind, the promotion already felt inevitable. After all, he had the experience, he had the numbers, and he had been waiting for an opportunity like this for years. Over the next few months, Andrew continued working hard. He focused heavily on achieving his sales goals. Every week, he tracked his performance carefully, and every month, his numbers looked impressive. As the promotion process approached, Andrew became more excited. Then, the announcement day finally arrived. The entire department gathered for a meeting. The manager smiled and began speaking. "After careful consideration," she said, "we've selected Jessica as our new team leader." For a moment, Andrew thought he had heard wrong. Jessica? She was talented, but she had only been with the company for 2 years. Andrew sat quietly through the rest of the meeting. Inside, he felt disappointed, frustrated, and confused. That afternoon, he could barely focus on his work. One question kept repeating in his mind: why not me? A few days later, Andrew requested a meeting with his manager. He wanted answers. When the meeting began, he spoke honestly. "I was surprised by the decision," he admitted. His manager nodded. "I understand," she said. "You've worked very hard." Andrew waited. Then she continued. "Your sales performance is excellent. That's never been the issue." Andrew looked puzzled. "Then what was the issue?" he asked. His manager leaned forward. "A leadership role requires more than strong individual performance." Andrew listened carefully. "You focus very well on your own goals, but leadership also involves coaching others, helping teammates succeed, building collaboration, and taking initiative beyond your personal responsibilities." For a moment, Andrew said nothing. The feedback was difficult to hear, but deep down he realized something. She was right. Most of his energy had gone into achieving his own targets. He rarely mentored new employees, he rarely volunteered for team projects, and he rarely thought beyond his own performance. That evening, Andrew reflected on the conversation. At first, he felt disappointed, but gradually, disappointment turned into motivation. Instead of focusing on what he didn't get, he started focusing on what he could improve. Over the following months, Andrew changed his approach. When new employees joined the team, he offered to help train them. When teammates faced challenges, he shared advice and support. He became more involved in department projects, and he started thinking like a leader, even without the title. Slowly, people began noticing the difference. His teammates respected him more. His manager trusted him with larger responsibilities. And perhaps most importantly, he became a stronger professional. 1 year later, another leadership opportunity became available. This time, Andrew approached the process differently. He wasn't focused only on getting promoted. He was focused on becoming ready. A few weeks later, the announcement was made, and this time, his name was called. As the room applauded, Andrew smiled, not because he finally got the promotion, but because he had earned it, and he had learned something important. Success isn't just about performing well, it's about growing into the person the next opportunity requires you to become. Now that you've heard the story, let's go through some useful business English words and phrases together with real workplace situations. First, let's look at the word promotion. A promotion is when an employee moves to a higher position with more responsibility. Imagine this situation. You have worked successfully in your role for several years, and your company decides to move you into a management position. That is a promotion. For example, someone might say, "She received a promotion last month." Another example could be, "He's working toward a promotion." Next, let's look at the phrase, take initiative. Take initiative means acting without waiting for someone to tell you what to do. Imagine this situation. You notice a problem affecting your team and begin working on a solution before your manager asks for help. That means you are taking initiative. For example, someone might say, "Managers appreciate employees who take initiative." Another example could be, "She took initiative and solved the issue quickly." Now, let's look at the word mentor. A mentor is an experienced person who helps guide and support someone less experienced. Imagine this situation. A new employee joins your department, and you regularly help them learn company processes and develop their skills. You are acting as a mentor. For example, someone might say, "He became a mentor to several new employees." Another example could be, "A good mentor can accelerate your career growth." Next, let's look at the word leadership. Leadership means guiding, influencing, and supporting others towards a common goal. Imagine this situation. During a difficult project, you help your team stay organized, motivated, and focused on solutions. That is leadership. For example, someone might say, "Leadership requires strong communication skills." Another example could be, "She demonstrated excellent leadership during the project." Now, let's look at the phrase career development. Career development means improving your skills, experience, and abilities over time to grow professionally. Imagine this situation. You attend training programs, learn new skills, and take on additional responsibilities to prepare for future opportunities. That is career development. For example, someone might say, "The company supports employee career development." Another example could be, "Continuous learning is important for career development." Finally, let's look at the phrase, "ready for the next level." Ready for the next level means having the skills, experience, and mindset needed for greater responsibility. Imagine this situation. You've mastered your current role, regularly help others, and consistently demonstrate leadership qualities. You are ready for the next level. For example, someone might say, "She is ready for the next level in her career." Another example could be, "The manager believes he's ready for the next level." As you can see, these expressions are extremely useful in real workplace situations, especially when discussing promotions, leadership, and professional growth. So, what can we learn from this story? Sometimes not getting what we want immediately can teach us more than getting it immediately. Disappointment can become a powerful teacher. If you're willing to accept feedback, improve your skills, and grow beyond your current role, new opportunities will eventually come. Because promotions are not only rewards for past performance, they are investments in future potential. If you want to improve your business English through real-life situations, stories like this can help you both in language and in career development. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more stories. See you in the next video.